I rang the sacristy bells and processed out with the priest. I was shaking, sweating, and trying not to trip down the stairs. Would I remember all the prayers? This is Success with the Saints, and I'm Andrew Flushy. Be sure to subscribe for new videos about succeeding in business, finance, and life. 5 minutes earlier, traditional Latin Mass was supposed to start. No servers showed up. Father came out of the sacristy looking to see if there's anybody he could conscript into service. And there I was. He knows that I've served traditional Latin Mass before, but it had been months since I had done so, and I certainly hadn't practiced in preparation for serving that day. I was rusty, to say the least. Still, he came over and asked me to pinch hit. Go with what you've got. We weren't even sure if any of the cassocks would fit me. I'm 6'3", a little taller than your average teenage boy. I quickly found a cassock and surplice that would work, suited up, and away we went. The most nerve-wracking part of serving a traditional Latin Mass, especially a low Mass, is the very beginning. I was the only server, and there was Father. And at the very beginning is what's called the prayers of the foot of the altar. It's a dialogue between the priest and the server. Of course, Father is very experienced, but I wasn't. I remember one time when I was serving with a previous pastor, I messed up the Kyrie, and he just stood there waiting for me to say the right next phrase so he could continue on. The stakes are kind of high when you're the only server. If you do mess up, if you're not where you need to be, the priest is going to be thrown for a loop, and he's going to have to improvise and maybe direct you about where you go before Mass can proceed. After serving that Mass, it really struck me that I did train for this. I did prepare for this because I have a base knowledge of how the traditional Latin Mass works, and I've served before, I have trained before, and I still review the prayers of the foot of the altar and kind of pray through them in my head while the priests and servers are doing them at Mass. This is the way our trip home to heaven will be someday. We don't know the day nor the hour when the Lord is going to call us home. But at some point, it's going to be time. And have you trained for it? Are you ready for it? I knew how to serve. I knew how to pronounce the prayers at the foot of the altar, although I still have trouble getting them committed to memory. What if I had never served traditional Latin Mass before? What if I had never practiced pronouncing the prayers at the foot of the altar? Would I have been able to jump up 5 minutes before Mass was supposed to start, find a cassock, stick it on, and go out and serve with Father? No, I certainly couldn't have done it. It would have been a catastrophe, and I absolutely would have tripped up the priest as he's trying to celebrate the holy sacrifice of the Mass. The same thing will apply to heaven someday. Someday, when none of us know the day nor the hour, we're going to be called home. If we haven't practiced, if we haven't trained, there's no way we can just jump in and say, I'm here, Father, I'm ready to serve you. It just won't work. I did okay that day, pinch hitting for the traditional Latin Mass. In Father's words, you still got it. However, I could have done better. I should have done better. And I need to practice and train more. I think that's a theme throughout everyone's spiritual life. No matter how much we're doing and how much we're trying, we should certainly do and try more. There's no way you can love Jesus Christ too much. There's no way you can pray too much. I know my personal prayer life should be stronger. I know I should read the Bible more often. I know I should train more, pray more, and be ready for that day someday when the Lord calls me home and asks to serve with him in heaven. I hope and pray that I'll have my cassock and surplice at the ready. One way we can be more ready is by reading the Bible every day. Check out my next video I did where I read the Bible every day for 30 days. I called it the Taylor Marshall Bible Challenge. I'll see you over there. Please be sure to subscribe for new videos about Catholics succeeding in business, finance, and life. And St. Joseph, pray for us.